Hello, I'm Michael Glass from the FXcast Market Analysis team. This is our FXcast Market Analysis trading plan. In each of our videos, we try to identify high probability trading setups. We'll evaluate the gold chart to see if there's any leading sentiment. We will create a low volatility watch list, an inside bar watch list, and we'll review the economic calendar to see if there are any releases that could affect our open and new trades. As always, please send your comments and feedback to analysis@fxcast.com. Okay, as usual, we are starting off with our gold daily chart, and you can see the inside bar that we put in on yesterday. And what's good about today's action as we broke higher is that it happened with a little increase in volume, so that's certainly good. But overall, we could be putting in what we would call maybe a rising 4 or rising 5 chart pattern if we can break the high of the initial. Here's our initial candle up, pull back. So if we, if we can break above 1795, there's some movement there to move higher. But what we need to look at is come over to our hourly and let's scroll back, and we can see where we're at right now. See where price is right now, and we go back a couple days, we can see that's where a little volume peak happens. So that means there's a little volume resistance here in this 1785 range. So if we can get above 1785, then we should be able to try to pop up and retest the high from I guess that was last Friday. So strong gold. We'll switch over to our currency pairs. Here's the pound dollar. And we can see our resistance is holding up. Now we'll see. Consistently at this 1.64, 1.65 price level, sellers are finding value and they're pushing it lower. And we've stayed in this range. So will this hold up? If we zoom out just a little bit and we'll go to a weekly chart, we can see that there's actually room to go higher and really hit a new downtrend line, but for the most part, this 1.65, 1.64 range has been the top. On our hourly time frame, we can see we continue to be above neutral. We continue to be above our long-term moving average, and we are in a sell zone, again correlating with where we are on our daily chart. We can see that the pound has taken control, yet the dollar also made a move up, which is why we ended the day sort of sideways. But overall, we can see the trending up of the pound, and the dollar for a couple of days is really moving to the side. However, when you compare them together, the dollar did make a move up. So as long as the pound is in control, we will be able to break this resistance. We'll be able to break this resistance and test some other swing highs. We have this one right here at 1.655, and then of course if we move over a little bit more, we have our ultimate swing high at about 1.66. So if the pound remains in control, that certainly is likely, but we're going to need volume. And what do we see? Volume still decreasing in light. So to really break this seller's control or push here, we need buying volume to get us up and above this. Here's our euro dollar, and we can see our downtrend line is in effect. We can see there's resistance where we are and right above us. So there's certainly reason for us to possibly stay in this longer term range that we've been in. Just like the pound, with light volume, that's going to be hard for us to really break out of this range. So we need volume to get us out. We are just above our long-term moving average, but we are above neutral. So we are sort of in a sell zone, just fractionally. We can see the euro clearly taking control. We had that divergence, but as they converge, as they move back towards each other, price moves sideways. Again, we can clearly see the dollar moving to the side, and we can see the trend up on the euro, which has allowed our move up. So as the euro stays in control, well, then we have a nice little rising 3 chart pattern and we'll move up. But again, in order to get out of this range, both this downtrend and this resistance up here at 1.45, we're going to need volume. We need buyers to outweigh the sellers. Finally, with the dollar franc, we can see just a lovely move, lovely move. What was interesting is we talked about this hammer, which could have been the resistance of this 20 moving average holding up, and in reality, we've kept moving up. Now, the pound franc and other franc currency pairs have already made it to the 50 moving average, and so that's kind of why I was thinking, well, why is the dollar franc way behind? The others have already made it up here to the 50 moving average, so that's going to be interesting to see if this can also. But we're above neutral. We're in a sell zone. We're above our long-term moving average. And the dollar is in control, which would allow for us to move higher on the daily chart. But again, it's interesting to see the dollar moving sideways. What's really hurting here is the fact that the franc is moving down. So if the dollar can stay in control and we can actually get a little trend up, we will see a run to the 50 moving average. Okay, as we come to our watch list for the low volatility, we're going to be watching the euro dollar, the euro yen, and the dollar yen. So the dollar yen has been on our low volatility watch list for a while. The euro has is kind of fallen into this also. So again, that is our 1 hour time frame with our Bollinger Bands. For our inside bar watch list, we're going to be watching the euro dollar and the dollar yen. Again, we've been watching the dollar yen for a while for some type of breakout. Okay, as we look at our economic calendar, we can see a lot of things going on here for the pound. MPC minutes, labor market report, jobs report. The European Union hit the HICP, and then we have inflation data and the petroleum report for the states. But the pound's probably going to make some movement. But again, today was a perfect example of what we've been talking about. In this environment, in this market climate, it has not been the releases; it's been the commentary. So, the Prime Minister of Greece and Sarkozy from France met, and they had proposed something about a president for the European Union, and then charging fees for traders, and that really sent the market down. So when these type of commentary comes out to calm the market and in turns rattles the market, you can't predict that. You have to be nimble. You have to be able to trade with the flow, with the waves. Otherwise, sit on hands and, like we've been talking about with the pound dollar, the euro dollar, and wait for a trend to happen. We would like to thank you for watching our FXcast market analysis. As we continue to improve and make adjustments so that you're getting value from our videos, we want you to take the time to give us feedback, give us comments, send us questions about what you would like to see in our videos, and you can send those comments and feedbacks to analysis@fxcast.com, or you can post to our daily forum. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you next time.